Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and today we're driving through Kato Paphos when the sun's setting to get a nice different view. So let's have the map up first of all, and we're starting off up in Moutlos, and we're going to drive down through the cliffs to get a full benefit of the sunset before we get onto the main coastal road. Then we're going to drive up to Kings Avenue Mall roundabout. Then we're going to go through Kato Paphos, through Bar Street, all the way up to the Triangle. And we're going to finish by coming back down the Triangle through Poseidon's Avenue and parking at the harbour. So yes, I was driving down to the harbour area so I could get some drone footage of the dusk and for my Kalispera shots and take some pictures. I also did a walkie-talkie film there, you'll be pleased to know, which will be out tomorrow. But on the way down, I thought I would stick on the new anamorphic lens and would see how it would cope with the slightly lower light settings you find just before sunset. Well, actually, it was sunset itself as well, because during the duration of the film, the sun did indeed set. So we're the road we're on now. If you were at the little roundabout and headed down on the B7 towards Kennedy Square, but turned right instead of going to staying on the B7, this is where you'd end up. And this is the Cloaca Road. To the right goes Cloaca, to the left goes to Old Town. But we're turning right here, which will take us into the Moutlos area. And already you can see the nice colours of the sky. To be honest myself, I tend to prefer the colours you get just after sunset, because they're more interesting, I think. But if there's lots of clouds about, and you need a balance of a decent amount of clouds, but not blocking the actual sun itself when it's setting, is my opinion on it. But it's an annoying time of day as well, because if you want to take pictures, etc., you've only got a small window of time. It's not like doing stuff in the morning, where it's pretty much the light stays the same at all time. At sunset, it's changing very quickly. And if you get caught in a traffic jam and you can't get to your spot, it can get very frustrating. But we're going to get some nice rays here. You'll see a little bit of the lens flare that the anamorphic lens throws up as well. And you'll see a tiny little rainbow effect occasionally. That's what that is. As opposed to those weird fingerprints that I was getting. I did make a point of cleaning the lens properly, and it's spotless. So that's a lesson learned. Now the cafe we just passed on the right, at times that will be completely heaving, but I should say I filmed this on Sunday evening. Now I would have thought that Sunday evening would have been fairly quiet, but when we got to the main coast road between there and Kings Avenue Mall roundabout, there was quite a lot of traffic. I thought at one point there must have been an accident or something, because it was static, but it all just seemed to dissipate. But I've cut all that out, you'll be pleased to know. But that's why there are a couple of big breaks between here and Kings Avenue Mall. The sun looks very pretty now though. This is one of the many routes that take you from Paphos to the coast road without having to go down the central part, which is very handy to know when, especially during lunchtime or early evening when the traffic's at its worst. I'm a bit weird in that respect. In some cases I'd rather go a slightly longer route that will take longer, just because there will be no traffic there. Because traffic delays don't tend to hold you up that much in reality. Well, not in Cyprus anyway, but I just feel it feels more comfortable if I'm actually moving. Don't know why, but there you go. So that's probably one of the best shots you'll get of the sunset on this film. So enjoy that. Now we're going to be going up the main coast road towards Kings Avenue Mall. Now, health-wise, I'm glad to say I'm still recovering very nicely. I've still got a bit of a cough and a bit of a chest on, but as I said, I did my walkie-talkie film last night, and I'll be doing some more this week. But it's very strange how long it stayed in our family, because my wife's still suffering from it, as is our daughter. That was the Tomb of the Kings roundabout we just passed across. And in the near future, I'll be walking up and down this road, doing walkie-talkie films, because there are lots of restaurants either side. I'll go one way on one film and the other way on the other, I think will make most sense. So you can see what's what in all these places. And you got the Lighthouse Beach on the right, and Kathikas Beach Holiday Resort, and the Elysium, and the other one I can never remember. Kissos, I think. Anyway, I'm not going to name all the hotels. There's the main bus station on the left though. And pretty soon is when the traffic's going to deteriorate. There's another T for 2 there as well, bear in mind, should you be in the area. But I think the new lens handles this kind of light quite well. But I would value your opinion, because, well, you watch the films. And when I do my nighttime film tomorrow, in order to process that, I'm going to be processing, doing colour grading on DaVinci Resolve for the first time. So I'll hopefully pick up some tips that I can use for future sunset films like this one. So yeah, there's a big cutout there. And now we're on Kings Avenue Mall roundabout. There was no indication of why though. It could have just been the amount of traffic. There's that truck in entirely the wrong lane. But we're going left here underneath the Paphos walkway, which links to 2 archaeological sites. One on the left is free, the one on the right costs all of €4.50, and that's probably the best value you'll get at €4.50 anywhere in Europe. And you've got the catacombs on the left as well. And there's a little shrine catacomb up here with a tree that people tie ribbons to and all that. I remember during COVID there were loads of COVID masks tied on it. That's the one there. And thanks to the camera you can actually see it properly as well. Yes, it's quite a fickle lens, but when you treat it nicely it performs very well. And there are many comments I could make after that, but I'll stay silent. And we're going to be turning left here, where these other 2 cars are going as well. I could have gone right down to the seafront, but I wanted to make sure that I got to the seafront in good time, because I didn't want the light going too much, because I can't fly the drone when it's fully night, because it's against the law. So it doesn't give me much time to actually get the drone up after the sunset and before nightfall. But we're going through the main part of Kato Paphos now. You'll have the Sophiana coming up soon. You have some interesting parking. It's another reason why people put bollards everywhere. Even that doesn't help fully, but they do occasionally have splurges and put out traffic wardens, but I think they get quite a violent resistance. I mean, the amount of money they'd make from traffic wardens if it was implemented properly, it would pay for all the roadworks. It's odd though that I'm sitting here talking about in support of traffic wardens. But they do have their purpose. Right, we're on Bar Street now. You got Flair's Bar on the left. A few people in there. You've got Boogies and Bubbles on the right. Notorious is never open, sorry. There's the new Marika and Me. I think they got a customer in there as well. If one table's got people on it. So good luck there. And now we're in the less salubrious part again. There's the old Lineker's bar and the old where Felix used to be. On the right, and you've got the very nice water feature up here now. I can't remember whether it's switched on when we drove past. Yes, it is. Now, had I waited like 5-10 more minutes, that would have looked very pretty indeed. But, as I said, I needed to get to the harbour in good time so I could fly the drone. Now, these restaurants on the left are very popular, and you've got the Elmira Hotel on the right, and we're heading up towards Sodat Beach and the Triangle now. I went all this way because then I could get a nice view of the remains of the sun setting. Of course, to get the ideal view, you'd want to be actually driving down the seafront, but that's no longer possible. Not that I'm moaning, because I like it, the fact that it's pedestrianised. And if you're wondering when sunset actually was, I think I was filming this just around 7:30. I mean, it was a lot easier doing the evening films in December, because like you'd go out at like 5 o'clock and it'd be dark. So I could be safely back in Polemi by 7:30. There were a few people wandering around the grounds of the old Alo Hotel as well. Looked like an adult showing some kids around it. It was a school trip or something, I don't know. Right, on the right you've got the Amphora Resort. I'll after all those signs. And then you got the Triangle, where there's lots of nice restaurants. And you got the Olympic Lagoon Resort is the big hotel in there. And straight in front of us on the other side of the road is the Avanti Hotel. Don't want to miss that out. So we're coming back down again. There's the Olympic Lagoon. And we'll be turning right again back into the sun setting. Or the setting sun even. If I want to be grammatically correct. Some lovely colours now. Look at that. So if you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. The more people who see them, and leave comments as well, because the algorithm likes that. Tell us what you think of them. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee shop at buymeacoffee.com/PaphosLife. Chuck us a few coffees. All coffees are very gratefully received, I can assure you. And follow our Facebook page, Paphos Life. And that way you'll get updated every time we post new content, be it on YouTube, Facebook, or our main Paphos Life website. And there's the Amalfi Hotel on the left, followed by the Alexander the Great Hotel just coming up. Behind that you got the setting sun. So the palm trees come into their own as well here. I do like also in this film the reflections you get off the bonnet, which you wouldn't see with the regular lens. Especially at sunset, you're getting extra value. There we have it. And we're coming up to the water feature again on Poseidon's Avenue on the right, and you've got the Elmira on the left. You can look a bit more colourful as the light drops. And a lovely view of the setting sun behind the seafront and harbour. Yeah, thankfully it rained fairly recently, so the bonnet's quite clean. We're coming up to the seafront itself. Always be cautious when you're crossing a zebra crossing, because not every driver will notice it. I can understand here, for instance, people might be, if it's the first time in Paphos, they're going to be looking around at all the sides, so they might not even notice that there's a zebra crossing there, so just be careful. There's a new restaurant there, I think it's Carrie or something. Can't remember the exact name of it, but if you watch tomorrow's film, you'll see it a bit more close up. Because I walk up and down the seafront and harbour. So we're going up, coming up behind, you got Papantonio soon, and you got the new M Boutique Hotel on the right before it. We just drove past. Yeah, I think there's just enough light to make this film work still with this lens. It's good though, because it means I can keep stabilisation on. Which will make the picture a lot better quality. But it also means I can drive straight into the sun and it doesn't completely just whitewash the entire film. But we'll be finishing soon because I need to fly the drone. So we're going to park in the main car park, and it was very full, the car park, but there's quite a lot of people leaving at this time, so just be a little bit patient. And the slot will soon become apparent, but if you get bored waiting, you can go behind the harbour area itself, between the harbour and the archaeological park. There are loads more places to park up there. However, as I like flying my drone from just near this kiosk here, I prefer to park down here. Doesn't it look pretty though? And you'll see more of it in the film tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I'll say thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a nice day. And we'll see you in tomorrow's film. Cheers.